So yesterday was fucking crazy. I was at fucking school. I show up at school. I'm having a shitty day because shit was going on. I thought I got somebody pregnant, keep it a buck 50, and I was worried all day, because they were gonna go get a pregnancy test, right, and get like, you know, see if they got a positive or not. So whatever. So I'm just stressing all day. I go in, walk into science, of course, my first class. I have a chemistry test, a big fucking chemistry test. So I leave the class, right? Go do my test. I come back and I'm talking to the girl. We're talking about it. And then I had some vape juice with me, which was a very stupid idea, and I wasn't thinking. So I was there with her talking. Then my friend came up and was like, I need a fill, I need a fill. I told him before I'd go to Needs, but I didn't. Like a convenience store, Needs. So I was like, come on, let's go in the bathroom. So it's just me and him. Because of COVID, it's a two-person limit, right? So my two other friends just follow behind us, like for no fucking reason. Two guys, fucking Tyler, and fucking Gabe. So Tyler and Gabe come in the bathroom behind me and fucking Michael. So Michael was the guy I was giving the fill to, but I was giving it to him for free because me and him are good friends. So I hand him the bottle of the fucking vape juice, right? And he fills it. And there's the supervisor lady. I'm gonna call her fucking, I don't know, fucking God, fucking Zilla. Big bitch, fucking God, this bitch. She fucked up my day so fucking much, right? What am I gonna call her? I'm gonna call her man. She was very masculine. So I was in the bathroom. If you've ever been in a bathroom at a high school, there's like a wall next to the urinals, right? So they have reasonable. They think we're selling vapes, which we were. We weren't selling vapes, but we were like I was just handing him juice, and then my friend handed me his, Gabe, and was like, "Hey, I'm getting new shit, and I can't hide both of them." So I was like, "All right, I got you." So she calls us out of the bathroom. So actually start pissing, right? And Tyler's just standing next to me, pretending to piss, like at the other urinal. We weren't standing next to each other, and fucking Gabe was just standing there in the middle of the hall, and Michael was in the stall. So she was like, "Get out now!" So we get out. Some kid, we didn't get out. We hit against the wall, and some kid came in and was like, "I got them, man. They're right here, those two." And he got me and Tyler to go out. It was fucking bullshit. I was pissed, and then she asked the first guy for his name, so he goes Michael, blah blah blah, and then Gabe went Gabe, blah blah blah, and then my other friend, whose name he lied about, he goes, my name's Mitch something, I forget. So me being stupid, me having a bad day, I'm laughing at him saying the fake name. So there's this kid, and he gives me a hard time a lot. Like, he doesn't pick on me or anything, because I kick his fucking ass. But I mean, like, shit happened in the past. His name sounds like my actual name, so I just said his name before I finished saying my name. I was like, brr, da da da, and I said his name. And his last name, stupidly, of me. So she asks for names, I go to class, he runs. So what Gabe does is give my girlfriend his vape juice because he knew he was getting searched. I knew I was too, but I was thinking about like the pregnant thing. But here's the so I went into math class. I was having a shitty day already. So I sat down, I was on my phone, and I was texting him about it because they took him to the office and I need to know what happened. So my math teacher, he looks like Lester from GTA, so I'm gonna call him Lester. Lester was like, "Get off your phone." He didn't even say get off your phone. He was like, "Put my phone on my desk." So this is really stupid of me, but like I was sitting in the chair and I had my AirPods, and you can glitch them where you click it twice, like the unpause and pause if you have them. It doesn't matter if you don't, but like yeah, I clicked them twice and then I put the thing back in my ear and I turned it up to full volume, and Juice WRLD starts playing out loud for the whole class for like 15 seconds. And he's like, "What is that? Whose phone is that?" And I'm just kind of sitting there like laughing under my mask. It's towards the end of class, last 15 minutes, right? Some lady comes in for me, and I just think to myself, no, like once the PA came on before this woman came in, I went beep beep and asked for somebody to come to the office, and I was like, like I literally did that. Then the lady comes right after, and she's like, "Can Braden, da 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 da, come with me?" So I'm like, "Can I have my phone?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Take your backpack." So I'm like, "Oh my god." So I did. I had 2 bottles of vape juice in there, and a floof, and I had some tobacco, like a leftover from a cigarette. Like it fell, like little bits of tobacco fell off the cigarette, so it was in there, like a bunch of it, because it snapped in half by while I was walking around, because I had to throw my phone in there one day. So I go up to the office. I had a hat on when we went to the bathroom. They caught us on camera, us going in. So I had a hat on, and I knew there was camera, so I took off my hat. So I was the last one to be found. So the first one was Gabe, and then Michael, then Tyler, and then me. You know, me and Tyler. Tyler must have came like a minute before me because he finished his interrogation. There was only one person interrogating him though. There were 6 interrogating me. So I was sitting there. I came in. I was talking like this. I was like, I sounded like really nervous because I was just having like on the verge of like a panic attack because I went to anger to panic. And then she was like, I was sitting there. She was like, so Gabe texted me like the brief thing I can check on my phone as she's taking me out of the classes. We don't know each other. So I go, we don't know each other, and she's basically like cut the shit. So I just continue to go on with that story. It's like I believe that you guys were selling vapes to the cop. Mrs. Fat Paul Blart, fucking ass. I hated this bitch. She was such a bitch. We were sitting there. She's asking me questions. She's like, "Empty your pockets." So I throw my like you know how like you almost have something on top of a table, so you just drop it, right? Like it's like an inch above. She's like, "You give me attitude," and I'm like, "No." I was just throwing my stuff on the table. I was like, it's kind of annoying that I got pulled from class 15 minutes before lunch. So she was like, did you give a fake name? I was like, no. She was like, did you give a fake name? No. So I was lying. Don't lie. When they ask you something, just straight up tell them. So, yeah, I lied. I admitted to it. And then she left the room for a second, like the main lady, because the other 2 left the room to finish interrogating Tyler. So it's just the cop and her, and the cop was playing bad cop, and she was playing good cop, obviously. And they start fucking laughing. Oh my god, I was so pissed. I'm like simming this up too, because I only have so much gameplay. So yeah, I was there, lady. She was interrogating me. So the principal lady left the room, and the cop like leans against the door, and she looks at me and she's like, "You know, you're getting searched, right?" And I was like, "No." So I pick up my bag and I put it on my lap to look super suspicious, and I drop it on the ground. And they're asking me, they were like, "Do you have any nicotine here?" Because they were like, she was like, "Oh yeah, you can have a felony for using other people's names," and there's no such thing as a felony in Canada. That's like only an American thing, right? So I was just like, okay, whatever. She was like, they can press charges, and if you have nicotine, you can press charges. So I knew I did. So they were like, "Do you have nicotine?" I was like, "Not that I'm aware of." So there was like a little tobacco thing from the cigarette that I said earlier, right? So before she starts searching my bag, she picks up my bag and she's like, "Is there any explosives in here?" I was thinking to myself, "Bitch, if I did, I wouldn't fucking tell you." Obviously, I didn't, and I wasn't gonna do shit. So I sat there. She takes this tobacco, the fucking thing. She pinches it. She's like, "Do you smoke?" And I'm like, "No." And she picks it up. She fucking sniffs it. She sniffs it like it's pure tobacco from a cigarette, right? So she puts it on a napkin and she's like, sniff this. Like, and another principal lady sniffs it. And then one says, oh, it kind of smells fruity like vape juice. It was nowhere near my vape juice, right? So, oh my fuck. She starts searching my whole bag. She opens it up and she's like going top to bottom. So she starts at like the front to back pretty much actually. So she opens it, she reaches in, she grabs my portable charger and my girlfriend's underwear were in there, and she picks them up and she's like, yo, but she just like, I definitely need to wash my hands now. And she's like, are these yours? And I grin at her, like, no. and she shoved them back in the bag. Like, that was the only thing. She just shoved them right back in. Didn't even take them completely out. And the principals just started fucking laughing. So she, like, opens, like, the flap before, like, there's, like, a part of my bag where you can open it. Obviously, you can open a fucking bag, but oh my god, I'm retarded. I didn't mean that, but, like, whatever. So she opens my bag and she finds it, right? So when she was talking about the nicotine, I was like, I don't believe so. And she asked. So she opened it up because I knew they didn't have any cameras, like, where I was standing, because I did that on purpose. So she was there. She opened my bag. She pulled out the baggie of thing. She's like, "Well, your friend had blue raspberry, and you had green apple." So, and I had another one that wasn't flavored, but they were all zero nic except one of them. So she was like, nicotine can't be, but like I had my friend Gabe's one. Gabe's was the only one with nicotine in it. So fuck me, right? Gabe, god damn it, you screwed me, man. Whatever, it's fine. He didn't screw me. He didn't do it to screw me. It's just like he got so lucky. He sold his vape like an hour before we got caught, and I had his juice, so he was so fucking lucky. The only Yeah, pretty much. So she pulls out the juice. She's like, "Where's the vape?" And she already searched my whole bag. She's like, "Where's the vape? You can't have juice without a vape." And I was like, "You don't need to have those two things together." She's like, "Where's the vape?" And I was like, "I don't have one." And she was like, "Well, where's the vape?" And I was like, "You want to give me a cavity search?" And she was like, "Excuse me, you give me attitude." And I was like, "You heard me." I was so pissed. I was like, "I apologize," because I realized, I'm like, "I'm sorry." I didn't mean it. I said it like in a tone where she knew I didn't mean it. So she was like, and then she was like, "Well, she explains all the charges I can get again." So the principal's like, "Well, you have 3 days of detention." I had two bottles of juice. One's 60 milligrams, other one's 30. So this doesn't make sense to me. And she stopped searching my bag. Like right after, she didn't even have to check. She just found the vape juice and stopped. I had a floof. I had a fucking floof. If you don't know what a floof is, I'm gonna put a picture of the exact one I have, and a picture of the tobacco, like, in my bag, after some of it's taken. She didn't take all the tobacco out either, like an idiot. Like, what am I gonna do with it anyway? But, like, still, that's the point. So, there's a floof in the top with stuff in it. I was smoking poppers with my friend. Another story for a different time. But, she said I had 3 days of detention. I had detention today. Like that day I got it. This was yesterday. So I decided to record this today. So we go sit out at the lobby. Tyler's there. The boys reunite. The strangers reunite. So I'm sitting next to Tyler. Michael's sitting next to Gabe. We're just talking. She gives us Lunchables. Like warm ass Lunchables to eat. I basically didn't get in too much trouble. Like, I thought I would get suspended or expulsion. Was, like, really what I was looking for. So did all the boys. So, we were sitting there talking, and me and Michael were talking on our phones, and... No, me and Tyler were on our phones. Michael and Gabe didn't have their phones. They took them. So, I kind of have, like a cold. Like, not COVID, but I have a cold. She took my cough drops. She, like confiscated them and took my friend's acne cream. Like, just cream. And that kind of pissed me off a bit. So me and Tyler were kind of like just making jokes about all of them and about how the lady should get a promotion and shit. They all gave us full-size chocolate bars. We ate them. Detention was fun as shit, to be honest. Like, the first day of it, we were just sitting there talking, laughing, making jokes. And there was like this window where everybody could see us while they were walking. So they did see us. It was fucking good shit. And then this guy saw us on our phones, like the actual principal, came out and he was like, "Give me your phone." And my friend was like, "No." But he saw my friend with it out in the open, so I slide mine under my pants. My friend's like refusing because of COVID restrictions to put it in a dusty bucket, because the bucket was dusty as shit. So I just saw him coming. So I was like, I can't get any more trouble today. So I just pull up my phone and throw it in the bucket. My friend's still fighting it, Tyler, obviously. So whatever. He gives him the phone. Then the lady tells us our next attention. She's like, our next attention. So I speak up and I'm like, can I have my phone back so I can write that in my notes? Like, just so I can have my phone back, right? She's like, why would you get your phones taken? And I was like, well, Happy took them. She's like, what? And I didn't say anything. And then I went and got the phones. Well, Gabe went and got his, Michael went and got his, I got mine and Tyler's. Then we got to leave early for being good. I don't see where we were being good. We got off pretty easy. And then I went home. I went back to class, turned my ass around. I got the results for the pregnancy test. Negative, negative. Let's go, boys. Coming in clutch. And she took me out of class, so I actually got to miss some English. And then at the end of the day, I went up. I went to the same girl, my girlfriend, obviously. I took my friend gave her his vape juice, but he didn't want to go get it, so I went and got it right after. But I was the one threatened with the worst punishments, and I was like, "Here we go again," and I just started laughing my ass off. She was like, "You're stupid as fuck." But like when we got out of the office, my girlfriend came up and started pushing me and was like, "Are you fucking stupid?" And all my friends just started laughing. She was so mad at me. So I got the vape juice back at the end of the day. Still have the bottle. I don't really regret it. I regret giving the fake name, and I regret not throwing the juice out, or like lifting up the toilet bowl in the stall and putting the juice in there in a bag, and me come back for it, or just leave it. I don't really care. That's the only thing I changed, and I regret like letting the cop push me around. I told her that people were gonna try to jump me if I told them whose juice it was, but it was actually just my juice. And then I gave them another fake name, so I'll probably get in trouble for that on Monday. So if anything else comes of this, I already have 1 day detention out of the way. Got that same day. I got 2 days of detention really, and those are going to be the shitty ones, I guess. But I'm with all my friends, or the strangers. So yeah, this was longer than I thought. Thanks for watching.